what have been like what Sean.
And Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, guys!
So we'll be starting 2020 with a reflection on our year
and our visions onto the future.
Yeah.
For the future, even.
For the future.
Yeah.
It just seems so crazy to me. 2020. 2020.
Yeah.
A whole decade.
I
don't know, it just kind of blows my mind a little bit. Anyway, as you can tell, this is a new locale for us. So Sean, what's the deets?
Yeah, so we decided just to go to a nearby town to celebrate New Year's. So yeah, we're just chilling in a hotel right now. And we've got a few things planned, like tomorrow, like little activities and just having a chilled but fun kickstart to 2020. So that will be quite cool. Sorry if I sound really bunged up, nursing a cold right now, so yeah, bear with me. It's so funny because I was raving how much I don't get sick and how I didn't get sick this year, and now I'm sick the last week of the year. Like that actually doesn't make any sense.
Karmic revenge.
It's so bad, isn't it? It really is comical. My life is a comedy. Anyway.
Just to start off, Sean, what was one of your favorite things about 2019?
Ooh.
Just like what you can think of off the top of your head.
Oh my goodness.
I literally just sprang this on her.
That's so but that's so weird because the first thing that came to me was food.
Yeah? So like what? Do you have a specific dish in mind?
I think, okay, this sounds really wild, but there's like this burger chain here called Mum's Touch. And when I first came to Korea, like I tried this burger with my friend. Oh, with Sojong actually, that was in the last video. I tried this burger with her, and like we went to the beach. It was like the perfect setting. Ate this chicken burger and was blown away. Like I had never tasted a chicken thigh so moist. I hate that word, but it literally was so good. And I was saying, like, once I come back to Korea, I need to find this place. And yeah, I found out that it's just a chain. Like, they're everywhere. And so food has been a really good and exciting part of this year because we spent most of this year in Korea. So Korea has been, or 2019 has been Korea.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I've tried a lot of weird things before, but really experimenting with food here has been really interesting. Eating a lot of raw fish, tried octopus, like pig's intestines, like a lot of things, but it's been like a really great experience this year. So food.
Very nice.
What about you?
I mean, I think I've said it before, but I feel like this is the year that I really started to like myself. To go far into loving myself. Not to be narcissistic or vain or anything like that.
Of course,
to,
no.
I don't know, just appreciate myself and to stop putting myself down.
Yeah, 100%. You deserve all the love, full stop.
Thanks. Another question. 2019 in one word. You can say food again if you want.
No. 2019 in one word. Can it be like two?
Sure.
Life changing.
Yeah.
100% life changing. I was actually talking to someone about this, that my experience in China was similar to yours now. I completely like fell in love with myself and appreciated the life that I was living and being grateful for everything. This year was being an adult and growing up and dealing with situations that were tough, but also situations that are tough whilst you're abroad. So things that happened at home, things that happened here, and it's made me more aware of other people's attitudes and other people's behaviours and how I respond to that. So I would definitely say life-changing. Yeah, because I've learned how to respond to things in a different way. What about you?
Change.
Yeah.
I mean, we moved to another country.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of changes in my life.
Yeah.
This year alone.
Mm.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Later on this month, we're gonna have a whole video dedicated to books that we've read this year. But what has been your favorite book that you read this year? That's a hard question.
That is a very hard question because, yeah, like you said, we will go into it later on this month. But we started a Goodreads challenge this year, but Summer inspired me to start it, and so I started like halfway through the year, like August. And since then, I've read like quite a few books. And
20. She finished her challenge.
Yeah, 20 books, but 50.
Okay, I had the whole year.
50 books.
You had like what, 4 months?
But like a few of them are way up there for me. Like Pride and Prejudice was something I put off for so long, and I finally read it and I really enjoyed it. And then watching the movie and the series was just like really fun. And then now I'm reading Little Women, so I want to reread Pride and Prejudice. But I think for me, probably the book that was way up there was You, which is also like the Netflix series now. But it's actually a book series. I don't know if many people actually know that. But yeah, the novel is amazing, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. And it ties in nicely somehow with like the Joker. So we'll go on to like favourite films, but like this kind of lost character that does really bad things. But yeah, what about you?
Oh man, so yeah, I also finished my challenge of 50 books this year.
Yay.
And I read lots of good ones. I reread some books. Talk about that later, Summer. Focus. I asked this question, idiot. I really love Educated by Tara Westover. Tara. It's her autobiography of her life, and it was crazy, heartbreaking, beautiful, made me speechless. Very overcoming. I don't know. It was a really great book.
Yeah.
But I also really loved. Oh my gosh, I just forgot the word. It's by Kate Quinn. It's about, oh my gosh, The Alice Network. Yeah, that was one of the first books I read this year. My mom had bought it for me on Kindle when I came over here. Like, we were standing in the airport and she bought it on Amazon and sent it to my Kindle. But that was a really good book, and I read that my first weeks in Korea, so I think it's really just like impacted me.
Okay, so moving on from books, what has been one of your favourite movies of this year?
So probably a movie that I've just loved this year. I don't think I watched it for the first time this year. Actually, I know I didn't. Has been The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I've probably watched it 10 times this year.
I can't believe out of all of the movies that have come out this year, including like the ones from the past decade, we
were talking about the year, not the decade.
I know, but still, you chose Mitty.
To be fair, I also watched the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, also probably at least 10 times this year. I've said in previous videos that I watch movies, they're like, they're like a comfort blanket to me. I watch them when I need to be comforted, and I really love those movies. Sean hates Secret Life of Walter Mitty. She tried to watch it, she couldn't get into it, and now she's salty and bitter.
40 minutes in. If nothing is happening in 40 minutes, there's something wrong. But anyway, moving on.
Okay, my favorite new movie of this year. I can't pick one. Captain Marvel, Maleficent, and Frozen 2.
You liked Captain Marvel?
I did.
Really interesting.
I liked like the whole 90s vibe.
Yeah. 80s, wasn't it? Was it 90s?
I thought it was the 90s. With the Gwen Stefani playing when she like
Oh
stands
yeah,
up.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, girl power. What have been some of your favorite movies from this year? Find me!
Joker. Like we mentioned in our other videos. Joker has been like up there. Maleficent was also like pretty good. I cried.
Yeah.
We both cried.
Yeah.
And obviously Endgame. Like
I bawled.
So and that's that really. What about music?
Music
And podcasts.
Okay. So, as I've said before, my favorite podcast is Ologies by Allie Ward. It's informative, it's funny, I love it so much. I've also loved my church. My home church is the Village Church, and they have a podcast called Knowing Faith. And they just talk about different theological things. And I really love that.
That's cool.
Music. Towards the end of this year, Harry Styles released his new album. Loved it. I've talked about Tremors by Son.
Yeah.
That Sean introduced me to. I've also really loved this throwback song. Is it like Rosalind from the Twilight New Moon soundtrack?
You're a mess.
I know, it's not because of the movie that I loved it, but it's by Bon Iver and St. Vincent, and I don't know, I really loved it.
Nice.
It's in my 2019 top songs. Yeah. What else? King's Kaleidoscope. I've also talked about them. Love them. So what have been some of your favorite music and podcasts for the year?
For me, it's been Jaden Smith. Like I've been listening to him on repeat, and then his most recent album, Iris, came out this year, so that was pretty cool. And then towards the end of the year, it was Jonas Brothers. J Bros. Podcasts. Gonna be Get Your Glow Back by Madeline Shaw. She has like guests come on like who they have different professional backgrounds, like foodies or actual doctors and therapists, and it's just really informative. And it mainly focuses on like not only mothers getting their it focuses not only on mothers getting their glow back after birth, but also just individuals getting their glow back after like traumatic experiences or just a bad day or a bad time in your life. And that's been super helpful, and yeah, it's made me reflect on a lot of things and maybe reconsider some lifestyle choices that I make and things that I want to implement when I get home as well. Like, yeah, very nice.
I also want to add Johnny Swim released a new album this year, as did Penny and Sparrow. I will be seeing Penny and Sparrow in March, and I'm so excited. Shout out to Sarah. Anyways, okay, summer.
So the most cliche but also notoriously known thing about New Year's are the resolutions.
Are the black eyed peas you eat. Yes, resolutions.
Yeah. So do you make resolutions? Do you do that?
Kind of. I have never, I think one year my friend Bethany was like, hey, we should make resolutions. And I was like, all right, I'll be intentional about this. And I did. But other than that, I'll like think in my head, oh, that would be cool to set these goals. And then I don't think I've ever actually done it besides that one time. Yeah, I romanticize a lot of things, and then I never do those things.
Right.
So, do you?
Yeah, me too. The romanticizing. Like, I have a blog, so I'll write on my blog, like, this is what I'm going to do for the year. And I might do, like, 1 or 2 things on that list, and the rest just get forgotten about. So, and then you kind of get to about July and August and realize that it's halfway through the year, and you're like, what have I done? So I think this year I want to try something a little bit different. Maybe just make one. And if I achieve it, then make a new one. Like the year
That's good.
is 12 months. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to make 5 or 10 resolutions. Sorry. 5 or 10 resolutions in January and feel the pressure to complete them all. Just take it day by day, really. Yeah.
I will say about this year, I think this is the first year. Well, while I didn't make actual resolutions, if I had, this would be the year that I completed some of them. If that makes any sense.
That's interesting, yeah.
Like I said earlier, I started liking myself, being nice to myself. Yeah, so this has been the year that I've been the most intentional about things. Friendships, fighting for myself in certain relationships. Yeah.
It's good.
I don't know, it sounds cliche, like the first year I focused on self-care, but I think in the past I've done it the cheesy way, like, oh yeah, let me just throw on a face mask and do my nails, without any further thought.
Yeah.
This year I'd be like, no, I really need time to recuperate. I need time to meditate on certain things. I need time to pray about things. I need time to do these things so that I can function to my best ability. So yeah.
And I feel like with that as well, just slightly going off topic, people around you can understand that as well, because I feel like, you know, our video on external self-care and self-soothing, and just like self-soothing can be quite, you know, short. You can throw in a face mask and then that's it, and try and like get on with things. But sometimes you need to tell your friends, hey, I'm going to need that evening alone and just not do anything social with you guys for a bit. And that's part of your life. That's what's going to make you feel good, and that's what's going to make you also like a better friend.
It's true.
So yeah, I like that.
Also the year of being like, hey, no, actually I'm not okay. Can you come over? Because, yeah.
Being vulnerable. Very
it's
good.
terrifying, but also beneficial.
Yeah, when we first started talking, I just like, well, we opened up to each other quite a bit, but then I remember if you wanted me to come over, you wanted me to do something, you wouldn't say until the next time, like, I would see her, and then she'd be like, oh yeah, like, this happened. I was like, so why didn't you message me? And then it would be a case of, no, I don't want to put you out, or something like that. But now you're being more, like,
A little better about it.
yeah, more assertive about it, which is good. Like, hey, no, can you please come watch a movie with me? Or like, if you don't mind, watch a movie with me. Yeah. So that's good. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because people need to know how you're feeling.
That's true. Do you have any goals or anything that you want to accomplish this year? If you want to share, if you've thought about it.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about it today before we started the video. And I was thinking, stress less. I'm just trying to remember what I wrote down. Stress less, smile more, laugh more, cry more, make healthier lifestyle choices. And even though just before I said I'm gonna just stick to one, these all tie in to one, is trying to live a healthier lifestyle. That is my main goal for this year, is trying to be healthy, and that means physically, mentally and emotionally, and making sure that if I work on myself like that, then my relationships will also flourish and be great. Yeah, what about you?
Oh, that's really cool. Mine are all like cheesy cliche things, like this year I'm gonna get a tattoo. Hopefully I move again. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I said, I was more intentional already this year about relationships, but I've told you this before, I think, is there are relationships that I really want to pursue when I get home and be intentional about that I never was before, because someone had said something to me or something, I don't know. But yeah, how cliche it is, but life is short.
Yeah, of course.
And we do need more kindness in the world.
100%.
Everything coming out of my mouth is so cheesy, but it's so true.
It's true though. It is true.
Obviously there are certain situations and people that are toxic, and I don't know. We'll talk about that later, but yeah. I don't know. Be kind.
Yeah.
Smile more. But not like, girl, you need to smile. No. Smile because you want to smile. Anywho, Summer, get off your soapbox. Okay.
I think it's also just about like enjoying the things that you actually love and worrying less about the things that you dislike. I think I have a really bad habit of doing that, and so I hope that life changes. I put my energy into things that I enjoy rather than being upset about things I cannot change or things that make me unhappy. There's no point.
Yeah, please don't be so stressed on yourself about making a resolution or fulfilling them that you like put yourself in a panic attack.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have a goal, but not so.
It should be something that you really want to go for and that you'll be like happy to do that journey. If it's something that's going to stress you out or make you feel worse, then what's the point?
Right.
You know? So.
But here at Sean and Summer, we wish you a very happy new year.
Oh, goodness.
Wish you all the best.
Yeah.
And yeah, like she said earlier, please regale us with tales of 2019, any goals you have for 2020.
Yeah.
And follow us on Goodreads, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest.
Yes. And here's the start to a wonderful new year. Happy 2020, guys.
2020.